Hello, everybody. This is Matthew from therighttrader.com, back again with yet another cryptocurrency live stream. Very interesting time right now, as we're seeing, many cryptos basically have a make it or break it moment right now, as I'm kind of seeing it. And we're going to be talking about today. As usual, we'd like to give about a minute to give a chance for everybody to join the stream. So welcome everybody, welcome to the live stream. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already to support the channel. And right now, Bitcoin is below $19,000 officially. Ethereum is holding up much better than Bitcoin for the time being, and that's something we're going to talk about. There's also a lot of interesting things going on with Ethereum Classic that can be positive for Ethereum Classic, interesting for Ethereum, and I actually think this is one of the safer crypto bets right now, in my opinion, and I'll talk about it why later in this video. But let's pull up the chart of Bitcoin for the time being here, and we're going to be diving into the details in just a second. So welcome everybody. We are officially starting the live stream. I want to try and hit a record amount of viewers for this live stream, because we're going to be looking at the details here of the news, the charts, what's going on. There's so many interesting news pieces right now for crypto. We're seeing things positive for the NFT market in terms of ENS domains for Ethereum. We're also seeing very interesting things from mining companies going on due to the merge, the Ethereum merge, where a lot of older proof of work coins could see a massive pump, and that's why I'm very bullish on Ethereum Classic right now. And I actually think there's going to be a win-win where Ethereum does well and the proof of work coins do well also. But right now, if we look at the actual coin market caps, what you're going to see is there is a lot of, arguably a lot of volatility, but also a lot of kind of favoritism going on, where Ethereum right now is actually holding up a little bit in the green the last 7 days. Bitcoin, however, down a massive 6.6%, biggest coin in the crypto market, not performing very well right now. And you're going to see a couple, interesting things. You can see that Ethereum Classic is actually one of the few coins here in the top 20 that's quite a bit in the green, 8% in the last 7 days. And this is the type of stuff I want you all to be paying attention to, because this is where you see where the money is flowing right now, and also where the money is flowing out of. Okay, so you can see, for example, that most of the coins in the top 10 are not performing well whatsoever. At best they're flat, but overall they're not performing very well. And there's just a few amount of coins that are doing interesting things. We got the Terra Luna Classic, massive pump up 200% in the last 7 days. I do think this is coming to a bit of a top here as it reaches over $2.5 billion in market cap. But very impressive run up nonetheless. It'll be interesting to see over the next few months if this can make a more stable recovery or if this is just a pump. That is to be continued for now, but it is now past that 0.4 mark. Now, going through the list here just to cover some of the coins, and then we're going to dive into the charts. You'll see that most proof of stake layer 2 coins, or altcoins, basically are not performing well right now. They're pretty much steady falling lower. And even in the stock market, today was a very ugly day for the stock market. We were in the red again. I saw a lot of stocks down over 5-7%, and crypto also seeing kind of that similar treatment, where there is very few coins out there that are really holding up in any type of sizable way. So now, that brings us over to the charts, where we're looking first and foremost at Bitcoin. If you've been following up with these live streams, which hopefully you have, you will have known that I said that if we head back down towards $19,000 and if we break below this support level, it's going to get very ugly for probably many altcoins, and especially Bitcoin, because to be honest, after 19,000, we literally have zero support. I'm telling you right now, we have zero support until around 14, actually even a bit low, basically $13,800 to $14,000. We basically have no support there. So we're going to be dropping, if we fall below this, which it's looking like we're going to do that literally pretty much live today, if I may say so myself. or in the next few days, in the next week or so, that's going to be a monster 25% drop that could happen in a matter of literally a few days on Bitcoin. And that's going to cause serious volatility for the rest of the cryptocurrency market. And like I said, right, when things were looking more bearish a few months back, I talked about this and I said, we can fall back to $10,000 on Bitcoin. We could even go down to $6,000 would be my peak low estimate right now for Bitcoin. And I that's over a 65% drop from where here. And I don't want anybody out there to think that that's impossible, because that's just not the case, right? A lot of people may have thought that up here it was over and that we we're just going to fly out of here. Well, look at what's happening, right? We're literally back kind of where we started back here, where we're basically on the edge of the cliff, ready to collapse even lower, right? Putting in a new lower low, which is going to pretty much erase this little bullish momentum we had here, which was just a bounce. Or at least that will confirm that this was just a bounce, and then it's back towards more downside and more pain for Bitcoin, and surely most other coins will follow. Now I'm gonna make a bit of an exception here for two coins in the market, and I'm not saying that if these two coins do good, they're going to just go flying out there, but those two coins are Ethereum and Ethereum Classic. Now Ethereum is in a little bit of a make it or break it type moment, right? Where if some really good things happen with the merge, who knows what could happen exactly, this thing could start to pick up bullish momentum, right? In fact, it could probably revive a lot of the crypto market into turning more bullish. However, if there's any type of issues, drama whatsoever, Ethereum is going to get hit so hard. I mean, it's gonna make Bitcoin's drop look like nothing, right? Because now Ethereum has bounced quite a bit. And I mean, I do like Ethereum overall right now, but just to show you, let me go ahead and clean up this chart here, just to show you, the type of drop that we can be expecting here, if we see, kind of a flip back towards bearish momentum for Ethereum. We're going to be looking at a 50% drop basically just to get back to the previous low back here, and that can be followed by a move all the way down to basically around $350 to $400, right? So we're looking at almost an 80% drop there for Ethereum potentially if things get sour again. Welcome Iron Lux Trader. Welcome everybody to the live stream. We're now at a peak of viewers, live 14 viewers. Let's try to beat our previous record of 50 live viewers. So make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I want the chat to interact. So please message me down in the comments below. I'll be reading your comments. If you want to drop a super chat to support the channel, I'd greatly appreciate it, but I will be looking at all your comments. So please let me know right now down in the comment section below what you think is going to happen with Bitcoin, what you think is going to happen with Ethereum. Do you think the Ethereum merge will be successful? And what do you think is going to happen with a lot of the proof of work coins, things like Ethereum Classic? Do you think that those could get a huge pump or not? Let me know in the comments below, and I will be talking about that if you have any questions or whatsoever. But Ethereum Classic, right, we're going to be talking about this as well, because this is a coin that it did get a bit of a pullback here since it pumped, but this is a coin where I actually don't see that many bearish scenarios for Ethereum Classic right now, which leads me to think that in a very worst case scenario for Ethereum Classic, we would probably be staying steady, which is very surprising in this market, because we're going to see a lot of coins drop. I'm telling you right now, some altcoins over here, in the top 100 are just going to keep dropping, right? Whether Ethereum does good or not, whatever happens, they're going to keep dropping, just because the macroeconomics are too bad right now. The geopolitical news is just disastrous. Europe is basically going to go into a currency crisis, and as such, right, we're going to continue to see a lot of stress on riskier assets such as cryptos. Ethereum Classic, however, is benefiting from kind of a win-win scenario here, right? If Ethereum does good and things are positive, I think the whole market could see a pump. If Ethereum does bad, then people will be like, we need to move over to Ethereum Classic. That's where the miners are going. That's where maybe a bit of the future is, or at least a bigger part of the market share might reside. So people are going to go into Ethereum Classic, right? Now, I can't tell you exactly what the size of that price pump might be, right? If we go over to the Ethereum Classic chart, I'll gladly give you kind of my estimates on what I think could happen. So as you can see, we're very range bound here for Ethereum Classic, right? I'll go ahead and kind of map this out. We've been actually since November pretty much range bound over here. That's not been the case for most cryptocurrencies, right? I want to remind you that most cryptocurrencies have fallen substantially, and this is still a coin that's up 150% from its recent bottom. So it is actually still performing quite well. And if it gets past $50 during the merge, or after the merge, I should say, right? If it's basically reacting positively to the miners moving over, it just broke yet another record of hash rate, then we can see this, I would say, in my opinion, pretty much instantly go back towards that $150 level, basically back towards those all-time highs. At that point, we'll have to see, can it break above it or not, right? That's going to be a 400% bounce from where we're at right now. I do think that can happen. That could happen literally in a month with something like Ethereum Classic in a month or two. And, you know, could it go even higher than that? It is possible, right? It depends how the market reacts to the merge. So please, please, please keep an eye on that, right? I believe the merge is only about a week and a half away. So it's coming up, and Ethereum Classic is going to be one of the contenders to mostly greatly benefit from this, right? Like I said, in a worst case scenario, we're just going to stay more range bound between $25 and $50. But it seems like there are a lot of scenarios in case the market pumps, or if Ethereum Classic gets positive light from Ethereum making mistakes, let's say, right? Then Ethereum Classic is going to benefit. So that's two scenarios there out of three where Ethereum Classic gets positive reaction from the merge, right? Now, if we're moving over to Ethereum, which of course I'm going to be talking about in this video as per the title, with Ethereum, things are a little bit different, right? First off, you're going to see right away, what do you see compared to Ethereum Classic? Well, for Ethereum, we are still very much downtrending, right? Even with this big pump here, and this was a sizable pump as well for Ethereum, about 130%, right? Very respectable for such a large market cap coin. Guess what? We aren't actually putting in any type of base. We have been dropping now since November. And as you just saw on the previous chart with Ethereum Classic, right? Ethereum Classic was mostly steady. So big difference here, right? There is continuous lower highs for Ethereum Classic. And right now we are literally in this this sort of, well, first off, it looks like we might have a little bit of a head and shoulder pattern here, which I don't like. That could lead the price towards more downside. But overall, right, we have this this a little bit of time here. We have a little bit of a, it looks like a month's time where you know, we could either see this come back higher and potentially get that breakout above the downtrend line, which if I were to put the odds on that, I maybe say 40% chance of this happening. And the reason for that would be positive outcome of the merge. People react very well to that, the transition to proof of stake. However, right, if global macroeconomics go bad, if anything bad happens with the merge, any drama, anything like that, right? So here we have basically 2 out of 3 scenarios that would lead towards a very big price drop, right? That price drop would take out the previous recent low and would be quickly pushing us down towards $500 and below. Now, I know this may seem shocking to a lot of you, but you need to understand why this is happening, right? I don't have anything against Ethereum. In fact, I am a bit of an Ethereum domain name whale. I own over 85 Ethereum domain names. I got them very early. I have very rare ones, and I don't have a problem with the Ethereum network as is, right? I think it's one of the most functioning, trustworthy proof of, well, I was going to say, you know, proof of stake, which it's about to be, but basically, you know, one of the most trustworthy smart contracts platform out there. And I think it's going to pretty much forever be one of the top dogs. However, things are in the shorter term, medium term here with everything going on with the merge, etc. There's going to be some volatility, right? There's still great reasons to be bullish on Ethereum. In fact, ENS domains names, which I think is one of the most valuable services right now in the cryptocurrency space, just beat in the last 7 days the trading volume of Bored Apes, right? So it's basically becoming the main, if not biggest, NFT platform on Ethereum now, right? And this is just the beginning. This could take over .coms as we know them, right? Change the way digital names works on social media, etc. So this is a huge deal, right? I mean, you can see some of the recent sales of this. You know, 300 ETH, it seems like there was some huge buys with some names like this. You can see what's going on, right? The bottom line is that Ethereum as a blockchain has a huge amount of volume, and it's being used tremendously as well, right? There's no doubt about that. The problem that we're talking about here today is the problem with proof of work, right? A lot of legacy crypto people don't like proof of stake. In fact, I don't think personally, right, my opinion is that there isn't an actual need for Ethereum to move to proof of stake. I think it was doing just fine for proof of work. Some people might disagree, but now, right, there's going to be a split, and that's typically been bad for cryptos. Long term it's been okay, but you know, shorter term it causes a lot of panic in the crypto markets, right? We've seen this with the Bitcoin BCH fork. That kind of was the last straw to break the camel's back and to cause the whole market to dump back in the day. These big community splits are very, very damaging to the stability of crypto. And here we have another huge one, right? Where now we're going to have this, you know, the second biggest coin in the crypto market, Ethereum, switching over to proof of work. Miners are going to be a bit lost, right? They're going to move over to the next best thing. And a lot of people are seeing that as being Ethereum Classic, which we talked about, right? And, you know, you can see that by one, the hash rate, and two, look at the performance, right? Now, let's keep in mind, we've seen things like Bitcoin right now at their pretty much recent lows. So you can see the difference here. You can see how different coins are reacting differently, and how this has a lot to do with this. Now, of course, you might be wondering, why is Bitcoin not reacting positively? It's a proof of work coin, etc. Well, first off, a lot of the miners are going to go to Ethereum Classic because it's the closest thing to Ethereum, right? It's literally like Ethereum proof of work. So that is the logic behind there, right? And here, interesting quote. When I was building GPU farms in 2017, the merge was cited as an imminent threat. There will always be GPUs mining some GPU optimized chains, but I doubt we will return to the levels of revenue seen in ETH proof of work at its peak ever again. Very interesting. I mean, this mostly has to do with miners, but interesting quote there. Now, let me check up with the comments here. We're now at another high in terms of viewers on the stream. Welcome, everybody. It's great to have so many people live here. That's what I like to see. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. I'm going to be looking at some of your comments now as we keep track of what's going on with Ethereum here currently right around $1,500, a little bit above that. And we're also going to be tracking Bitcoin and seeing how is Bitcoin doing as well in this time. So let me go ahead and pull up all these things. We're now going to take a look at all of your comments here and see, you know, what is the opinion amongst the viewers here on everything that's happening. I mean, look at Bitcoin. This kind of breaks my heart to see Bitcoin, you know, sinking below $19,000. This could accelerate over the course of the next week, especially with this really bad geopolitical news. And one thing that I wanted to say is, we're seeing Bitcoin fall below $19,000. Some people might be wondering, why is that the case? Why are things like Ethereum Classic and Luna, you know, pumping, and Ethereum, the strongest coin, the biggest, the best coin in the market, is dumping? Well, Bitcoin is going to be particularly, you know, affected by geopolitical news, right? It's a huge market cap coin, right? Over $360 billion, which is actually pretty small for Bitcoin right now, but it still is a big market cap. And for that reason, right, when these bigger worrisome geopolitical, you know, recession type of events are popping up, then Bitcoin is going to start to see selling pressure, right? Institutions, people will start to move over to cash as they see risk sink into the market. Now we got Loop Geru saying, sad to see a drop today. I completely agree, right? It's very tough to see Bitcoin drop like this below $19,000. I don't own a ton of Bitcoin. I actually mostly own just some proof of stake staking coins right now. Layer 2 staking coins mostly, not even Ethereum. But, you know, of course, it affects us crypto holders, and we never want to see this type of drop happen. We can just hope that if we get a big drop, right, we can maybe accumulate a bit, and it'll be an opportunity to flush things out for then a more stable move again higher. That's at least what we're hoping for. But welcome, Loop Geru, to the channel. I've never seen your comment before, so please subscribe if you haven't already. We have Iron Lux Trader saying, short-term, extremely volatile, sideways trading, long-term, 5 years plus skyrocket. You know, I think that none of us here who are long-term crypto kind of overall bulls, right? We all think that, yes, right now things are a bit sketchy, but we know, right, as I'm holding, 85 Ethereum domain names, and of course, many proof of stake coins, in the next 5 years, 10 years, I mean, I think that crypto will be monumental in terms of the financial space and how much capital it sucks up, right? So still, of course, very, very bullish in that perspective. We have Lineways saying ETC $1,500 easy. Now, what's interesting with that, which I do like, I might even pick up some Ethereum Classic myself here, is right now Ethereum Classic is at this $5 billion market cap, right? And we kind of see that Ethereum Classic is really, what Ethereum is for the most part. Some people consider it better than Ethereum, right? It never, it's completely immutable, etc. But Ethereum, right? Ethereum Classic are at its core the same thing, basically, right? And what I mean by that is, $1,500 Ethereum. What's to say we can't get $500,000 Ethereum Classic if all those proof of work miners move over to Ethereum Classic and support the network, right? Keep in mind, Ethereum Classic has smart contracts as well. It can build out everything that we have on Ethereum. It can build out ENS and many other things. So just interesting to think about. Of course, a lot of big institutions are backing Ethereum first and foremost, but definitely something to consider. Now, keeping up with the comments here, we have Iron Lux Trader saying thoughts on Polygon Matic Layer 2 after a successful Ethereum merge into proof of stake. Matic is probably my second biggest holding in terms of proof of work cryptos. It's actually dropped quite a bit here more recently as we're heading into the merge. I am not sure why exactly. Long term, I am extremely bullish on Polygon, but it seems like people might just be scared of the merge, and this could push back Polygon down closer to 50 cents in the shorter to medium term. Long term, however, I am still very bullish on Polygon Matic, right? It wouldn't be my second biggest holding if I wasn't. I still hold a lot of AVAX as well. In fact, AVAX has started to become more steady here at around this $19-18 range. It's very, very low in my opinion, way too low for the value of the chain, but there's not much going on with Avalanche as there was a few months ago, so it does make sense. We have a few other messages here. We've got Vernon Fondong, who is I think a new viewer on the channel, so hopefully you subscribe as well. How long will it take for ETH investors to gain confidence that proof of stake is a success? So that's a great question. Now, if we move over to Ethereum, one thing that you see a lot with this type of event for both stocks and cryptocurrency is a sell the news event, right? So basically a lot of buildup, right? A lot of pressure, aka seeing a price pump, some stability before the actual merge happens, and then once it happens, once it becomes proof of stake, it just completely dumps because it's not really that much of a change as people were expecting it to be, and that creates a massive sell-off, right? That tends to happen very, very often. Whales take advantage of that and also sell into that. So that is very much something that could happen. That's why I said there's 2 out of 3 factors here that make Ethereum more likely to dump after the merge than pump. And so please pay attention to that, because that is key, right? That's not the case necessarily with Ethereum Classic. Of course, geopolitically, the entire crypto market could see a big dump, but Ethereum has factual things like sell the news, etc., that could be against it. However, here we have that question of how long will it take for ETH investors to gain confidence that proof of stake is a success. It's not going to be long, right? You are probably going to see it happen within 1 to 3 days of the merge if it's going to be considered a success, so to say, or at least cause a price pump. That's going to literally start happening instantly to 3 days later at the max, right? I mean, basically, as soon as the merge happens, we're going to start to see the price pump. And I'd say to get confirmation that we're going to get some type of stronger bullish momentum, we need to break fully above $2,000 and the purple downtrend line, right? And preferably get above the 200-day moving average as well. If that happens, I think we get a good chance of the crypto market turning a bit more bullish again. However, like I said, right, we could get a quick little pump and then a fall back lower. And as soon as we start to see it sink, right, I'd say as soon as we take out if we're being you know, a bit more loose, you could say 1350. But even if we break below $1,300 more precisely, I think we're going to see a complete collapse for Ethereum, and a lot of cryptos are probably going to dump as well. So that's what I see happening with Ethereum, and hopefully you find that analysis helpful, because I'm really putting my effort into explaining this as best as possible so all of you can understand, right? We have 17 viewers. I really appreciate the support. You know, go ahead and follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. You can see what's trending here. Bitcoin crash. I'm not making this up. This is worrisome, right? We're seeing fear come into the market big time. And if we look at geopolitically what's going on, it's not just that this is happening out of nowhere. What you're going to see right here is what's causing the pressure today in the markets, both stocks and cryptos. Russia has cut off gas supplies to Europe indefinitely. Okay, so this right here is monumental for what's going to happen in the next year or two, economically speaking, right? I think Europe is going to take the hardest hit here, but still, right, these things tend to spread across everything, right? Because all these geopolitics are interconnected, and we see these markets take effect to that very, very quickly. So that's why I'm saying watch out for what's going on, because we're seeing these type of these headlines pop up. A lot of people don't really realize the scale of this type of stuff, and you know, they will be once we're seeing Bitcoin at $15,000 in a month or two time, right? So I hate to be kind of harsh like that, but I'm just being realistic, right? In fact, at this point for Bitcoin, like I said, unless we see huge bullish exuberance after the Ethereum merge, which is only about a 33% chance of that happening, I'd say, what's going to happen with Bitcoin, I'll tell you right now, right? It's going to go see and test that $15,000 area. You know, we've already seen now major firms blow up. I don't even know in what type of limbo Celsius is in. I think Voyager basically looks like it went pretty much completely bust from what I can tell. And these are just some of the bigger names. You know, we've seen so many decentralized networks get hacked or basically just completely collapse throughout this whole fiasco that we've been seeing in the last couple months. So I'm here to give you the straight facts, right? The news, what's going on geopolitically, what's going on with Ethereum, the merge, everything that's happening, right? I will be here to cover it in the good or bad times and give you the best content for crypto analysis on YouTube. You know, if you want me to cover stocks more often, I can do that as well. Let me know in the comments down below. But hopefully you find this helpful, right? And I really need your support right now. I'm still doing YouTube full time, so please support the live stream. Your likes, your comments, any super chats to support the stream, you know, is greatly appreciated. So please consider dropping a super chat if you're finding these streams helpful. If you want to say hi or ask me a question, that's a great way to do it as well. Or else you can just drop a comment also. I've been reading all your comments throughout this live stream, and very interesting to see what people are thinking. It seems like a lot of people do think shorter term things are looking quite risky, right? Also, in terms of the RSI and really the technicals here on Bitcoin specifically, we're specifically talking about Bitcoin here. What you're going to see is, first off, right, we have this this staircase downwards that's been happening, okay? And in terms of the Elliott waves, which I'm not the biggest fan of using Elliott waves, but we're looking at basically 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, right? So take a look at that right there. Based on these Elliott wave patterns, it's been pretty accurate here. We're going to move to the AE pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, this is why I don't like Elliott waves. It's not always the most accurate. This was a little bit, if I put it like this, this might be a little bit more helpful. So let's see what this this pattern is telling us. So yeah, here's a little bit more accurate. So we had this pattern play out, which was the bullish Elliott wave pattern towards the upside. And now, right, this blue line right here, I'll make it a little bit bigger because this is really small. Let's go ahead and put it bigger. You're seeing what's happening, right? We started getting the pullback. That's that first leg down, right? 2, 3, 4, and 5. We have one last big drop here ahead. And guess what? based on what I'm seeing, that drop is going to push us down. You heard it here, to at bare minimum $15,000, but based on where the support is at, it's looking like it will push us down to 13,900 or so. And you know, this is what the technicals are telling us. This is just one indicator, right? This is not even considering the huge downward momentum we have on the moving averages, the downtrend lines, etc. I also want to point out something very important, which is the RSI right here. Okay, we briefly tested the line, which is actually, you know, kind of, this can be bullish when we just dip below and then pop right back up. The problem with that is, look at what's happening, right? We didn't manage to sustain a move higher. We just flop back down, right? Rounded top. And now it's looking like we really are going to go take a dip, right? A swim down below the 30 RSI line. And what worries me more here is this right here, right? We saw how went we low on the RSI back here, back during this drop. That was, if I go ahead and take the, you know, let's take it even from the breakdown area, right? That initial drop was a 30% drop and we went as low as 50%. Guess what? I think that exact pattern pretty much could play out as well right now, right here, as we're seeing this pressure come in. So if we're starting from $19,000, right? We talked about that. That was 30% initially, and then a 50% afterwards, total drop. So here we're looking at 25 down to 13,000. Okay, that could be our first leg down, our first big leg down, maybe start to stabilize, right? That would be our fifth Elliott wave downward pattern. Then we could expect some up and down price action, right? Test maybe again 1 or 2 times the downtrend line, and then get that other move even lower, and that move could push us to $10,000 and below. I want you to smash that like button for the most accurate technical analysis on YouTube. I don't think you're going to get this type of quality content anywhere else out here. And, you know, I've been doing this for years. If you've been around during all these bull markets, the bear markets, I've been there. I've been covering the content, and you've seen how accurate I've been in the past. That's not to say that I'm always right, because I have been wrong as well, but I'm talking it out live with you here. So you can do as you wish. You know, none of this is financial advice, but I'm just pointing out what I'm seeing. I also want to say that based on what I talked about, right, 25 initial drop, that's very similar to the initial 30% drop back there. And then if we push that down, you know, to basically 50%, right, or so, 45, 50%, that's pushing us down to $10,000 or a little bit below that. And then we could see more consolidation. At that point, we're going to see, you know, would around $10,000 be the peak bottom, or could we literally go below $10,000 as well? We're going to see, you know, at least 1 or 2 moments of consolidation and stability before that happens, right? We're not just going to go drop in one day 50% necessarily, but we can see that what it's looking right now, the chart is telling us live, right? We've seen what's been happening even in the last few weeks, and we're starting to plunge back down again. So I know we got some new comments here, so let me make sure and check what's going on. We've got Vernon saying, thanks for answering my question. No problem. Always welcome on this channel. Make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and leave any comments or questions you have. Can you please comment on the historically low Bitcoin dominance during a bear market? Is it a byproduct of wider crypto adoption? So I don't remember specifically, you know, how low the Bitcoin dominance was during the bear markets. But if that information is indeed accurate, I can tell you probably why that's the case, right? And by the way, global cryptocurrency market cap is, you know, at 1 trillion right now. We're previously below that. I think we're going to go back below that very soon here. But to answer your question, you know, why has Bitcoin's dominance been low? And that might also pertain to why is Bitcoin dropping right now so much, just like some of the smaller altcoins. It's because people expect Bitcoin to hold up more in a bear market. Does that actually happen? Not necessarily, right? In the sense that we've seen that Bitcoin is not immune to these massive drops, right? Biggest coin in the crypto market, most steady, etc. Well, yes, that's partially true, but guess what, right? We're still down 72%. There's many other altcoins that have dropped as such, right? So people kind of are potentially thinking, you know, why am I even holding Bitcoin, right? Because Bitcoin is dropping just as much as, for example, my Dogecoin, okay? So that's kind of why I think Bitcoin's dominance can drop in these kind of bear markets, is because people just kind of hold on to what they're maybe already holding on to, slash might even be moving into altcoins because they think on the pump it could go higher. So like I said, right, you know, you're seeing in the last 7 days Bitcoin down 6.4%, and then comparing it, you know, this is just a random comparison, but comparing it, you know, to Dogecoin or Uniswap, these things have barely fallen more, right? So it makes it kind of wonder, you know, why am I holding Bitcoin if I'm getting that same amount of downside, right? Things like Decentraland, very similar drop to Bitcoin. So that is, you know, just a theory, but I think it makes a lot of sense on why people could be selling out of Bitcoin and not really holding it as much in the bear markets. We have Iron Lux Trader saying smash the like button. Yes, indeed. Please, let's try to beat a record. We're at 20 live viewers, which is amazing. Our all-time record of viewers was 50 live viewers, and I'm really trying to break that record today. So if you don't mind sharing the stream on Twitter or wherever else, please go ahead and send it to your friends, and any like or comment is appreciated to support the stream. Also, you know, a lot of crypto YouTubers just run away and hide in the bear markets or give you nonsense 24/7 you know, upside bull pump videos, and it's just not realistic, right? I'm here to give you what's realistic and what's hopefully accurate, or as accurate as possible, right? I am trying to give you the best insights on the market as per usual, not financial advice, but hopefully the best insights that are in some type of way helpful to you, okay? And that's what I'm here for. So like I said, you know, if any of you consider dropping a super chat, greatly appreciated. It will motivate me to keep making me do these live streams, hopefully every day. I think all of you here, the live 21 viewers, are really enjoying the live stream. This very accurate, in-depth analysis. You know, excuse the messy charts, but I want to go in depth with what's happening, right? And that's why I do think I'm one of the most accurate crypto YouTubers out there, is because I take the time to dive deep into these charts, right? Some people might just overlook them, you know, give you just nonsense, you know, support and resistance levels, but there's more to it than that, right? You need to take a look at the indicators. You don't need to plaster the whole chart with a bunch of complicated indicators. In fact, I usually say the best indicators are out there are the RSI and the MACD. And in fact, I have my technical analysis master course. You can go ahead and take a look at that in the description of this video. You know, it's less than $20, and I talk about all these indicators. I talk about the best indicators to use, and for the most part now there's a little bit, one or two more complex ones that I use sometimes, but RSI and MACD with a few moving averages is going to be your easiest way to get details on accurate technical analysis, okay? And right now we also have Lineway saying BT dominance won't last forever. BTC is a useless coin on its way out. That's coming from a comment from Lineways. I'm sure some of you might agree, some of you might disagree. Bitcoin is being used by countries, though. I mean, you know, Russia has said, I believe, that they're going to start using crypto for international payments, and a few other countries as well. Okay, so what's interesting with that is, what could that mean, you know, for these bigger market cap coins? Now, obviously, right, things like Ethereum have a huge amount of value as well in them, okay? I've talked about ENS domains names nonstop during this video, and many other, you know, useful decentralized applications, such as Aave, etc., on Ethereum, right? Ethereum is probably the most functional and the most useful coin out there, all things considered, right? Because, you know, you can use it for smart contracts. It is actually quite stable. You know, more recently it's been as steady, probably more steady than Bitcoin, and that's why we have been seeing Ethereum, you know, hold up better, and that might really you know, annoy some Bitcoin maxis. And I really like Bitcoin for what it is. You know, I like the fact that it is staying true to what a crypto is supposed to be, proof of work, you know, unchanged, etc. But people want to be able to do as much things possible with crypto, and that's why Ethereum is being that #1 destination for that. Now, Ethereum is taking a big risk by moving over to proof of work, and that could lead opportunity for Ethereum Classic to take some market share, but still, right, Ethereum is in a very good position. That's why I said, you know, Ethereum could pump, right? Maybe not after the merge, maybe yes after the merge, but even, you know, let's say 2 years down the line, right? Ethereum back at all-time highs, $5,000 plus. Ethereum Classic could just be easily at all-time highs, $500 plus, for example, right? These two coins can do very well together. You know, it's like saying, you know, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Well, they've both performed very good in the last bull market, and presumably they're both going to continue to do that together. Okay, now, yes, Ethereum, you've heard it said before, could it become the #1 coin in the cryptocurrency market? Now, actually, I want you, as we're hitting a live peak viewers on the stream, 27 live viewers, I want everybody to go down in the comment section right now, doing a little bit of a live poll, and be interesting for all of you to see this information as well. Do you think Ethereum will actually become, let's say in the next 5 to 10 years, the #1 biggest market cap coin, right? That means beating Bitcoin, Bitcoin becoming the #2 coin, and Ethereum, you know, moving up into that $300-500 billion plus market cap range, probably even reaching $1 trillion eventually. Let me know in the comments section down below if you do think that's actually going to happen long term. I want to hear your opinions on that. Me personally, I'd say there is a possibility that happens. I still have a really hard time seeing Bitcoin you know, losing its spot as that #1 kind of golden perfect cryptocurrency. But with the amount of value that Ethereum has as a network, as a you know, proof of stake coin, with all those amazing decentralized applications on it, you know, it's basically, I mean, Ethereum is basically functioning like a whole bank. I mean, you can use Aave, loans, etc. It's really an amazing blockchain. And of course, yes, you can do that with other blockchains as well. I love Avalanche. I don't mind Polygon. BNB is usually a charm to use as well, but there's something with Ethereum, right? Everything is on Ethereum, and for that matter, right, we're at just below $200 billion in market cap. The question is, we're starting to really close this gap between Bitcoin and Ethereum, okay? And as that gap closes, we could see that flippening happen. We've talked, or we've seen, I should say, about the flippening. For those who don't know, that's the term that's used for Ethereum flipping the market cap of Bitcoin and basically taking its #1 spot. I can't remember if it's ever done it before. I think it came really close to it one time, but you know, it's happened before that it's gotten really close, and now we're seeing this gap close. If things start flipping, you know, some bullish things with the merge, it could be possible that that happens, right? So that would be a pretty crazy event for Bitcoin. And I'm trying to find here an ETH BTC chart. Let's see, I'm not sure if I'm mistyping this, just to kind of compare how Bitcoin is performing. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see how Ethereum was performing, sorry, compared to Bitcoin. And guess what we're seeing, right? As we're heading into the merge, head and shoulder pattern. So very make it or break it, because we could see that really hit hard towards the downside, but just as easily here, because we're very high up on this pattern, right? In fact, if you're looking at the nitty-gritty details, you'll notice that we actually put in a higher low compared to the, sorry, a higher high compared to the first move higher here. That typically doesn't happen in head and shoulder patterns, right? Usually we end up slumping towards this third one. Here we actually are peaking out. It really looks like it could be a breakout here. Maybe, you know, Ethereum won't go flying up to $5,000, but it could see an even stronger breakout on this Ethereum to Bitcoin chart, right? So we're looking at basically how well is Ethereum price performing against the Bitcoin price, okay? So if they're both moving kind of similarly, right, they're going to be flat. This chart is going to be flat. If we're seeing it drop, right, that means BTC is going up. But when we're seeing it pump, right, that means that ETH is the one that is going up, while BTC is staying flat or even, okay? So that's what this chart is, and it's a very interesting chart to look at right now, because historically speaking, right, we're seeing ups and downs, right? Overall, kind of still one big pattern here of a lot of up and down, right, between Bitcoin and Ethereum. So kind of this battle and struggle towards which one is going to take over, arguably. But right now, right, Ethereum specifically in relation to Bitcoin, guess what? Going to go ahead and put in our support level. That'll give you a much better picture of what's happening. It's been holding up very, very well. And now, more recently, even getting a massive pump compared to Bitcoin, right? That ETH to BTC chart is now up 67%. So that just shows you how much better Ethereum is performing compared to Bitcoin in the last, looks like about 100, let's see, need to do this more accurately here. So since this bottom over here, for example, right, leading up to the merge here that we're about to see, in basically 90 days, so 3 months, in the last 3 months, 67% upside. You know, Ethereum has been performing a lot better than Bitcoin. Okay, and this is in this sort of, you know, pretty heavy bear market that we're in, where Bitcoin is slumping heavily. You know, even Ethereum dropped, of course, right? We're not where we used to be. Keep in mind, Ethereum was at the all-time high here, $4,800, right? So just under $5,000. We're now at $1,500. So yes, Ethereum has dropped, but we're looking at that relation compared to Bitcoin. Well, it's actually looking pretty good, right? You would basically would have been better off holding Ethereum than Bitcoin as of right now throughout this whole drop. And I also want to say that you know, we're gonna flip back over now to the Bitcoin chart, and you'll be seeing just how kind of disappointing the Bitcoin chart is. I mean, Bitcoin pretty much just straight downside, right? It's not holding up right now. There's no bullish support, no bullish news, no bullish catalysts to hold Bitcoin up. At least the merge is causing the Ethereum price to, you know, kind of stay steady in anticipation. Granted, like I said, we could get a sell the news event and see a dump, but at least it's creating that anticipation. Bitcoin just doesn't have anything going on, no real catalysts here and there geopolitically. It could benefit, but overall, right, it's seeing that price pressure continue. 30 live viewers. We've reached yet another peak on the live stream. I am trying to beat our previous record of 50 live viewers. Have a big smile on my face right now. Please share the live stream with your friends, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. We're doing these live streams at least 1 or 2 times a week. Actually, please let me know down in the comments below if you want me to do this every single day. I would be really interested to hear you know, what you want, right? You are the viewers. I'm working to serve all of you here with my analysis, and so please let me know, do you want these every day? What would be a good amount of times per week to do these? And also, you know, make sure to share the live streams with your friends, right? Support the channel. If you want to support the channel even more, you can go ahead and drop a super chat. Now, going to be reading a quick few comments here. We have Yako saying, let's see, saying that some of my predictions have been wrong. Like I said, yes, that is true, right? But overall, you know, if you look back towards, he said he's been watching me for a year. That's not amount of time, right? I've probably been around since somewhere in early 2017, right? So, and that's when I started posting on the YouTube channel. So where was I? I was basically somewhere right around here when I started crypto. Okay, I think that a lot of the viewers here in this stream have not been around since I've been doing this, right? I called this bull market. I was here throughout the entire bear market. I ran the wave all the way up here, covered this whole thing, great content the whole way through. We've seen some of the most accurate price predictions on YouTube that I ever made before, with things like Ethereum Classic, if you've been watching the channel. So I wouldn't say that comment is fully accurate. Now, continuing here, when is it the time to sell the news? That's a comment coming from Jager Delights. Now, the thing that's funny with that comment is, when is it the time to sell the news, right? So let's say you're holding ETH, you're maybe worried about a sell the news event, etc. I would say it would be very risky to short Ethereum around the merge, just because there's going to be a lot of volatility regardless of which direction it goes. It's going to be pumping up and down for the first few hours or two, probably. That's typically what happens. But when is it the best time to sell the news? Well, if you're trying to get out, right, and kind of hold a profit or whatever, the best time to sell the news is probably a day or two before the news comes out, right? Because like I said, as soon as the news hits, typically, or maybe even a day before, the price starts dumping. Okay, that is what happens with sell the news, and that's why you want to get out before the price starts dumping, not while during the price starts dumping. Now, like I said, that's just what I've seen historically. That is not financial advice. Now, keeping up with some of the comments here, I still want to see when you all want to see these live streams. How often a week do you want to see this? Now, just to talk about, you know, what we've been seeing in some of the other news pieces here. We've got a good roundup over here. We see Ethereum implements Bellatrix. I've seen that at least 65, maybe even 75% of node operators have switched over. So a lot of support from, you know, people who are into proof of stake for Ethereum's change, right? But we're also seeing those more traditional people, proof of work, moving back towards things like Ethereum Classic. In fact, big miner here, Hive, is planning on moving out of Ethereum and over to other GPU mineable coins ahead of the merge, right? Keyword ahead of the merge. What did I just say about the Sell the News event? The time to do that is probably a little bit before the merge happens, right? And I think that's not a coincidence that Hive mining company is choosing to do that ahead of the merge. Okay, they know that, well, first off, you know, when the merge happens, it's literally going to be proof of stake, so they can't do that. But also they know that they want to be holding on to the coins that they can mine and that can hopefully be stable. Now, biggest movers, ETC up nearly 30% on Tuesday as the merge timeline is set. That's what I've been talking about, right? That is what's happening with the merge is positively affecting Ethereum Classic. And we have right here the date for the merge. So we can see here that the Ethereum merge is now confirmed that it will take place next week. Okay, so listen up, everybody, between September 13th to 15th. So this is the make it or break it time, literally in a week's time. I will be surely here to cover it with many videos and live streams, but September 13th to 15th, right, is that estimated date for the merge, and we know it's basically confirmed for next week. So it's going to be a crazy week next week. It could really be a great thing for the crypto market as a whole that kicks things back up into full gear, but it could also be what causes Ethereum to flip back lower, head back below $1,500 and $1,000, and also what could be Bitcoin's kind of final nail in the coffin that could push it down to 15K and below. So very crazy stuff ahead, and will be interesting to see none the least. We've got Lionway saying ETC to the moon. We will see if that happens, right? Keep in mind, if the whole market gets sketchy, Ethereum Classic could fall just as easily, right? It is not immune to seeing a drop from the overall basically crypto merge, etc. Now, we have Yako saying, the right trader, I appreciate your content and I look forward to more critical analysis from you. Thank you so much for the support. And thank you everybody for joining the live stream. We had a great amount of viewers today. I don't even know how long I've been streaming for, but I really appreciate the support. And this was a really good live stream. I really enjoyed doing this. Make sure to go follow me on my Twitter. If you haven't already, you know, that's where I post, what I think is going to happen. Keep updated with the crypto market space with insights. If you're interested in learning technical analysis, make sure to check out my technical analysis master course, link down in the description of this video. And finally, make sure to subscribe, like the video if you haven't already. Thank you so much, everybody. We're wrapping up the live stream for today, and I will surely see you next time. A lot of stuff to talk about with the merge and what's probably going to happen next week. I'll be here to cover it once again. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Stay safe and have a great day. I'll see you soon. Have a good one.